This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, and today we're in Denver, Colorado. I'm out on location with Mile High Wine Tours, brand new for 2014. They have basically been the original and the best wine place around. We're talking about tours here in the city. I'm here with Philippe, who is the founder, owner. Let's start off, first of all, a little bit about yourself, Philippe. Share with me a little bit how you got involved in this type of industry.
Sure, absolutely. Well, originally I started doing charity events, and so that brought me into the wine, the champagne, the bar industry, and I learned how to negotiate and that sort of thing with bars and that sort of thing. So I was doing that actually in South Korea, of all places. I was doing charity events for orphanages and different things like that. And eventually, I got into I'm an avid traveler. I love traveling. And so I got into the tourism industry. And I knew that background of wineries, wine bars, champagne bars. And so it just kind of meshed together. I think the main thing that when I started the business was that not a lot of people know about wineries here in Denver. They know that there's breweries. They're everywhere. And so our mission really is to spread the word about them and to show everyone what great wineries we have here in Denver.
I mean, quite honestly, there's many ways we can experience this beautiful city of Denver. But what better way than with a glass of wine in your hand? Let's start off with wine. I mean, we're talking about something that's been around for centuries. Why do you think this continues to be one of a favorite adult beverages?
I believe it's because there's so much to learn about it. I mean, when I first started, compared to a lot of people, I knew very little about it. And it just amazes me how much there is to learn about it, how many varietals there are, and how you can use this as kind of a lifestyle to connect with other people, actually. So it's been a very interesting journey getting to know about wine. And I think that's what really draws people, how much you can learn about wine, I think, how much you can experience.
And it's a fun learning process at the same time.
It is.
I mean, this wine is something you can share with family, with friends. But like you said, this is kind of a wine tour is a place that you can get around other people that are kind of like the same way and make some new friends. Many stops do you usually go through on a typical tour?
Usually we do 2 or 3. We don't do more than 3 just because you're tasting about 25, 30, 40 wines, and so that could be quite a bit.
That's quite a bit. So we're talking about a few different locations. You get a good variety. Obviously, some popular places. This is a popular one here. What are some other stops that you guys take along the way?
Sure. Besides Valley here, which is great, we visit Mile High Winery. We visit also actually one of your previous interviewees, Corridor 44, the Champagne Bar. It's a great place, yeah, as well as Bonaquisti and a few others. But we've really narrowed it down to a few handful wineries that are really the best in Denver.
Absolutely. Top wineries, quite an adventure you're giving for folks out there. Like you said, though, it's not only enjoyable, but it's an educational process. It's a way to expand your knowledge of wine. And are the folks here, are they pretty friendly when it comes to sharing with you the different tastes and everything to delight your palate?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, here, especially here at the tasting room, the winemaker and everyone here basically takes you through the winemaking process as well as every single detail of whatever wine you're tasting one by one. And here you're tasting about 20 wines. So it's quite the learning experience and it's quite the tasting experience.
That is wonderful. Speaking of one of the things that a lot of people maybe don't even realize out there is the fact that Colorado, because of its climate, because of the conditions here, it's a great place to grow some grapes. Is that right?
That is correct. Not specifically in Denver, but in the western slope, the weather's a little bit more temperate. So you have a lot of grape growing. Most of these wineries, they're actually bringing grapes from the western slope and a little bit from California. But as far as the state, it is pretty temperate and it's pretty good for grape growing.
One of the main things here of Colorado that people love is we have over 300 days of sunshine. Are you able to create tours throughout the entire year?
Yes, we do create tours throughout the year, and actually, we've done tours in the middle of a snowstorm.
Absolutely. We've got to be ready for that here in Colorado. Obviously, you guys are going to a few key locations, top wineries. So this is something that doesn't take place on foot. We're talking about, do you provide the transportation in this tour?
Absolutely, yeah. So whether you're a local here from Colorado or whether you're a tourist, we'll pick you up from your hotel or home and pick you up, take you to all these wineries. You'll have lunch included and everything, and then just safely take you back to your place.
I love that. So you're talking about no driving involved on my end. I'm able to come out, drink a little bit, have a good time. Although this is more than just drinking, like you said. We're talking about an assortment of cheese, maybe assortment of fruits, possibly some edibles on the road as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You have a lot of food pairings from fruit, cheeses, crackers, as well as an amazing a la carte gourmet Italian lunch that I've heard nothing but good things about this lunch, and so everything's included. If we do tour with one of the tours that we're doing now, which is Corridor 44, there's an assortment of desserts and that sort of thing. So it's the full package.
It's a full package, and we were talking about it's kind of like a cruise right here in Denver because everything's inclusive. How many folks can actually come on a tour? Let's say I wanted to get together with a couple family members. Is there a maximum that you can handle?
We can handle anywhere from one guest. We don't have a minimum amount, but we all can also handle up to 25 guests.
Wonderful. So if a person wanted to come out just with a significant other, we could come on the town and try it out.
Absolutely, and those are some of the best tours, I'd say. Definitely very intimate, very comfortable.
I love that. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their contact information. First of all, you can book right there online. Check them out, see what's available, and you can book your tour there. If you need something real quick, maybe you want to surprise a loved one or something over the weekend, you probably want to give them a call or even text them. Somebody will be getting right back with you and setting up a tour for you. You can also take a look right there online. They show you some of the specials they might have coming up, always doing something throughout the year. Speaking of specials, you guys do like a First Friday special. Tell me what that's all about.
Well, again, with the mission of really spreading the word and making things a little bit more affordable, we decided to do a tour once a month that it's a little bit more affordable for people to just hop on one of our vehicles and take a tour of two wineries. Again, two of the best wineries in Denver, and yeah, so tour the place for a very affordable cost, which is $78. Yeah.
I love that. That is a great thing. Not only that, but I'm sure the person you get that for would be just totally thrilled about that. Let me ask you this: How does the public respond to this? Obviously, folks get started on a tour, maybe a little slow, but by the end, tell me, there's got to be some great smiles and great stories to go along.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the biggest thing is that you're spending time with people for 3 to 6 hours, so you really get to make friends with people, and by the end of the tour, you're actually friends with them. I've had a lot of guests that I've still kept in touch with and are still friends of mine, and so it becomes really, I'd say the closest thing, it's a lifestyle social experience with wine tasting.
Wow. What time does a normal tour start, and what time does it usually get wrapped up at? How many hours should we allow for that?
Sure. Usually during the week, we have tours that start at 3 p.m. and end about 6 p.m. And during the weekends, they start at 11 a.m. and they wrap up around 2 or 4 p.m., depending on which tour they go on, 2 or 3 wineries.
So just like a great wine, the preparing of great wine, it's nice and slow, laid back, and so it's not really a rushed situation.
Not at all, and that's one of those things. It's up to the guests, however long they want to really hang out and taste. There's no pressure, and again, it's very intimate, very, very brought down to a very human, connecting level.
Oh, well, what about those night owls out there that want to get out and tour?
Well, specifically the locals that get off of work a little bit later and that sort of thing. We're starting some new tours that start a little bit later, and so they're going to be starting around 6 p.m. And so those tours are going to include some of the best wineries in downtown Denver, as well as some night spots, depending on what occasion they're celebrating and that sort of thing. So that's going to be a new venture for us.
Kind of neat for you because of your love for travel. You're able to really, it's kind of a short little excursion tour, if you will, for people touring and traveling right here in our great city.
Oh, absolutely. I think it's been, they're very surprised to find wineries here, and they're very surprised to see how great quality wineries they are. And so it's a journey for them, and it's a journey for me to learn about everyone.
Wonderful. Last time, viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is his contact information. Once again, this is a company that began brand new in 2014, really enlightening folks to some great wineries right here in our backyard of Denver, Colorado. That's Mile High Wine Tours, the best way to enjoy Denver and celebrate any special occasion. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV. And if you don't know, now you know.